A very good evening and welcome to this Sunday's edition of News First Weekend, coming to you live from our News First studios in Colombo. I am Lanka. Let's start off with a look at the stories making headlines this evening. Sri Lanka celebrates the Vesak Poya, marking the birth, Nibbana and Paranibbana of the Lord Buddha. Sirasa Union Assurance Vesak Kalape opens to the public. PM pledges more party reforms, new positions and increased responsibilities for MPs. Kim Jong-un says he'll abandon nuclear weapons program if US promises not to invade North Korea. And now the stories in detail. The Sirasa Union Assurance Vesak Zone was declared open at 7 p.m. today by President Maithripala Sirisena.
President Sirisena first laid floral tributes at the statue of Lord Buddha at the Shakya Malakya, adjacent to the head office of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited. The President then switched on the lights adoring the Sirasa Vesak Zone and the Torana, illuminating the Vesak Zone. President Sirisena also paid homage to the sacred relics in the enclosures within the head offices of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited and the MTV-MBC Media Network.
Today is Vesak Full Moon Poya, which marks the most significant events in the life of Lord Buddha. Many events were held across the island in celebration of the Vesak Poya. Over 2,600 years ago, on Vesak Full Moon Poya Day, the last birth of Bodhisattva took place in Lumbini. It is said that the newborn child had walked on 7 lotus flowers which emerged suddenly before him. After coming into direct contact with the stark realities of life, or the Satara Paranimiti, a sick man, an old man, a corpse and a monk, the Prince Siddhartha was determined to become an ascetic. One peaceful Vesak night, as he was seated under the famous Pippala tree at Bodh Gaya, he attained perfect enlightenment and became Samma Sambuddha. According to Buddhist history, Lord Buddha's third visit to Sri Lanka also took place on a Vesak full moon Poya day. Lord Buddha visited Kalaniya at the invitation of the Naga king Maniakkita of Kalaniya. At the age of 80 years, Gautama Buddha had his last meal and rested on the couch placed between 2 sal trees in the Upavattana Sal Grove and attained Paranibbana on a Vesak full moon Poya day. Meanwhile, the Buddha Puja that takes place every Poya day at the Shakya Malakya, situated adjacent to the head office of the Capital Maharaja Organisation, was held today as well. The audit and IT divisions of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited organised today's Buddha Puja. The sacred relics brought to Colombo from 3 different locations across the country reached the Sirasa Union Assurance Vesak Zone this afternoon.
The sacred relic and the relic of Arahat Mahinda from the Mihintale Rajamahavihare was brought to the Sirasa Union Assurance Vesak Zone from the Kalaniya Rajamahavihare this afternoon, marking the final leg of the relic's journey from Mihintale. A statue of Lord Buddha was gifted to the Kalaniya Rajamahavihare to mark the occasion. The artist donated this to the Sirasa Media Network. The staff and the board of directors of the media organisation proposed to place the statue in the Kalaniya Rajamahavihare for the devotees to worship. The relics were brought in procession to the Vesak Zone, while devotees lined either side of the route to pay homage. The sacred relic from the Sandagiri Saya in Tissa Maharama commenced the final leg of its journey to the Vesak Zone from the Homagama Purana Vihare this afternoon. The sacred relics of the Arahat, Sariputta and Moggallana, the 2 closest disciples of Lord Buddha, were brought to the Sirasa Union Assurance Vesak Zone from the Agrashravaka Vihare in Maradana.
देवनारायण पियो नारनागो मत गजिंद विलासित गामी ऐसाही तुईह पिता नारसिंहो देव मानुष नामसित पादो.
The Sirsa Union Assurance Vesak Zone, which is being held over 3 days from today, has many features this year. This year too, the Vesak Zone is being supported by the Sri Lanka Navy, which has contributed with the construction of beautiful Vesak lanterns and dansal serving chickpeas. This year, the Thorana depicts the story of Kukkuta Jataka. Visitors to the Sirsa Union Assurance Vesak Zone will also be able to view screening of the historical epic film Aloko Udapadi on the main stage. The main dansara will serve meals to the devotees. The Sri Lanka Navy has also organised a Perahara today parallel to the Vesak Zone. The finals of the All-Island Sedagi competition organised by Sirsa FM are also being held over the 3 days to the Sirsa Vesak Zone. Chaturanga Haparachi joins us live now from the Vesak Zone.
Good evening to our viewers. Good evening to you, Arundhati. We are joining you from the Sirsa Namami Sirsa Union Assurance Vesak Zone. This Vesak Zone has been organized for the 9th consecutive year. As you can see behind me, there are lines of devotees coming in to pay their homage, pay their respects to the sacred relics that have been placed at the Sirsa Namami Sirsa Union Assurance Vesak Zone. If you come and join us at this Sirsa Vesak Zone, you can also pay your respects, pay your homage to these sacred relics that have been laid here. Now, Arundhati, we have to also mention that this is the 9th consecutive year that this Vesak Zone is being held. We have brought down sacred relics from all across the country, especially from the Sandagiri Mahasaya as well, to this Sirsa Union Assurance Vesak Zone this time around. And as you can see, there are devotees already coming up to pay their respects to all these sacred relics that have been placed here. Now, the Vesak Zone was declared open by President Maithripala Sirisena this evening, and the Vesak Zone will be held tonight, tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. We invite all of you watching us from home to come and be a part of this Sirsa Namami Sirsa Union Assurance Vesak Zone. In addition to the exposition of sacred relics here at the Sirsa Namami Vesak Zone, there is also a Thorana that has been set up. There is the Dansala that is happening on one side, and there is also the sacred relics of Sariputta and Moggallana Maharahateros that have been placed at the Sirsa Namami Sirsa Union Assurance Vesak Zone. So before I hand it over to you once again, Arundhati, let me remind our viewers, come and be a part of the Sirsa Namami Vesak Zone organized with Union Assurance and Sirsa. We have also received the support of the Sri Lanka Navy. If you can hear the whip cracking, you can, if you can hear it, the Navy Perahara that has been organized is also arriving at this location. So back to the studio, Arundhati.
Thank you, Chaturanga, for bringing us the details. Moving on, now in line with the Sirsa Union Assurance Vesak Zone, a special Dhamma discussion with Venerable Rajagiriya Aryanjanathera will be held tomorrow afternoon on the Pansil Malu program on Sirsa FM. The Dhamma discussion featuring Venerable Rajagiriya Aryanjanathera, who preaches the Dhamma following the path of the Arhats, will be held at 3 p.m. tomorrow at the Moors Cricket Club grounds on Braybrook Place in the vicinity of the Vesak Zone. The organisers request devotees to wear white clothing and be present at the location as early as possible. The chief prelates of the 3 major sects issued messages today in view of Vesak Poya.
The chief prelate of the Malvattu chapter of the Siam sect, Most Venerable Tibbatuave Sri Sumangala Thera, noted that the birth of the Buddha is the rarest of occurrences across the world. The chief prelate also highlighted the historic importance of Vesak, which has been celebrated from the time of the kings. Most Venerable Tibbatuave Sri Sumangala Thera commended the state for continuing this traditional celebration of Vesak into the present. Issuing the message of the Askiriya chapter of the Siam sect, Venerable Medagama Dhammananda Thera noted that in addition to worshipping and conducting pujas for Lord Buddha, incorporating the Dhamma into our lives as a matter of principle is also a mark of respect for the Buddha. The Venerable Thera also highlighted the importance of following the path of the Dhamma to achieve coexistence between communities in the country and to achieve world peace. The chief prelate of the Sri Lanka Ramanya sect, Most Venerable Napane Pemasiri Thera, noted in his Vesak Poya Day message the importance of identifying the true teachings of Lord Buddha at a time when various interpretations are being spread on the Dhamma. Most Venerable Napane Pemasiri Thera reiterated in his message the importance of ridding oneself of lust, malice and ignorance. The Archbishop of Colombo, the leader of the Roman Catholic Church in Sri Lanka, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit, also issued a message in view of Vesak Poya Day. The culture of Sri Lanka has been based almost completely around the Buddhist philosophy. It is like a tree that provides shade even to those of us who follow other faiths. We appreciate this cultural background of Buddhism. Thereby we consider this a festival for us too. We are happy to state that we too are bound to protect this heritage. I also extend blessings to the Sirasa Media Network for organizing the Vesak Zone and the programs they have put in place to celebrate the birth, Nirvana and Parinibbana of Lord Buddha.
432 prisoners have been granted a presidential pardon in line with Vesak Poya.
38 inmates of the Valikara prison were released today. Among them were 36 men and 2 women who have been imprisoned for minor offences. 11 prisoners from the Pallekele prison in Kandy were pardoned today. 14 inmates of the Kegol prison were also released. The Department of Prisons announced that the relatives of inmates are allowed to visit the prisoners in line with Vesak. Prison spokesperson Tushar Upuldenia said the visiting hours are from 9 am to 4 pm tomorrow. Upuldenia added inmates are also allowed to accept food items brought by relatives.
This year's National Vesak Festival is being held at the Devagiri Rajma Viharaya in Bingiriya.
The opening of the National Vesak Festival took place last afternoon under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena. At the occasion, the President was presented with the commemorative stamp issued in line with this year's Vesak Festival, and the President also declared open the newly constructed entranceway to the Viharaya. The media and social media in our country depicts that the political, economical and social problems that we face as problems found only in our country. But the problems we face are common to many countries in the world. Therefore, we need to face these challenges as people, and we must work with determination and courage to overcome them. No matter what criticisms are directed at us, as a government, we take every measure possible for the people of the country.
The Buddha Mandiraya of the Sri Dalada Kaman Malika Viharaya in Kewugama, Hunaskiriya was declared open today.
The event was held under the patronage of the chief incumbent of the Viharaya, Venerable Keulgama Hemaloka Thera. The inaugural Buddha Mandiraya was declared open by the Kumari Hami of the Palle Kumbura Valawa and her family.
Taking a look at our developing story this evening, UNP leader Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe says the reorganisation and reform of the party will continue into the future. Now, issuing a statement, the Prime Minister added that a policy decision has been taken to implement the proposals of the Ruwan Wijewardena Committee. The statement reads that the relevant amendments will also be made to the party constitution.
This statement has been made regarding recent changes in the United National Party and the views expressed on those changes. The UNP leader notes that the new energy and approach brought by Navin Dissanayake, Akila Viraj Karyavasam, Harin Fernando, Harsha De Silva and Ajit P. Pereira will undoubtedly pave a strong way forward together with the deputy leader and assistant leader. Ranil Wickremesinghe adds that the party intends to allocate new responsibilities to the deputy leader in order to further strengthen their journey to victory and to drive the process of organising to the party towards success. He notes that the party also intends to create new posts by appointing a secretary and assistant secretary to further strengthen and organise the party. Wickramasinghe added that they hope to give more opportunities to young members of parliament to help drive forward the party's mission. The party leader noted that they are aiming to give specific responsibilities to each of the members of parliament and that the party is developing an initial process to do this.
Many of our party supporters are fed up. In order to encourage the party supporter to go to the polling station, the party leadership must change. Without changing the party leadership, it is pointless to spout any other tales. We ask why the Prime Minister is not changing the leadership. What is he afraid of? While the leader speaks of politics and the party supporters, why has he been unable to understand what is being said to him by party supporters at the village level? If he is trying to evade this by creating positions and shuffling people around, it is a joke. What we have to say is that although a few heads may have changed in the UNP, as in the past, the leader is Ranil Wickramasinghe, the assistant leader is Ravi Karunanayake, and the deputy leader is Sajid Premadasa. To date, these positions are held by the same people and there has been no change. All we can say is that God bless the UNP, because if we continue in this way, the era where the people will completely reject the UNP is not far away. Leaders who understand the suffering and the hunger of the poor must rise within the UNP. The UNP can be protected if leaders who understand the pulse and the feelings of the people and who work for the people come forth. If this does not happen, the party supporter will be forced to abandon the UNP and fall silent. Many people were closely watching the reforms of the UNP, and there are many opinions within the country on how this transpired. Only the results of the next election will tell us if the reorganization has been successful or not. I personally believe that this could have been more democratic and transparent if it was voted on by the parliamentary group and the working committee. An accused person has also been appointed as an office bearer, and if an election was held, he would have been defeated. We must accept that it could have been better if it was carried out in this way.
Tharsha Kumar Singh joins us from the main Dansala within the Sirasa Union Assurance Vesak zone with more details.
Yes, Arundhati, good evening. I'm here at the Sirasa Union Assurance Sirasa Namami Vesak zone here at Baybrook Place, Colombo. Now the Dansala in the Vesak zone just opened just moments ago. Now, as you can see, the devotees who are lining up to take part in this Dansala are coming in gradually, as you can see. Now, this Dansala in the Sirasa Union Assurance Sirasa Namami Vesak zone will operate today, tomorrow, and as well as the day after tomorrow. So, we all invite you to be part of this Dansala as well as the Sirasa Union Assurance Sirasa Namami Vesak zone, which is happening at Baybrook Place, Colombo. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Tharsha Kumar Singh. It's back to the main studio.
Thank you, Tharsha, for bringing us the details. And with that, we wrap up tonight's edition of Weekend Primetime News. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night.